probably already feel this way, but banks kind of suck, and some of their business practices are just straight up scamming you. Come here, let me show you the math. So the national average for a bank savings account right now is about 0.43% as of last month. So basically what that means on a yearly basis, for every $100 you have in your savings account, you're getting a whopping 4 cents. And for every $1,000, you're getting about $4. So, basically, we're getting rich! Why does this even matter? Well, what does a bank do with all that money in those accounts? Do they just let it sit there and collect dust, or do they do something with it? They loan it back out, right? In the form of car loans, mortgages, credit cards, etc. And what are the interest rates on those types of things? Could be anywhere from a couple percent all the way up to 29% on a credit card, right? So they're giving you an average of 0.4%, and then they turn around and charge you up to 29% on everything else that you get from them with the money that you gave them in the first place. Do you see the problem here? And if you remember everything we've been hearing nonstop about inflation for the past couple of years, you know that we had that time period of like 8-9% inflation where the price of everything quite noticeably increased. And before that, a normal year of inflation was like 2 to 3%. So even on a quote-unquote normal year, 0.4% is nowhere enough to keep up with that. So just imagine how that money is falling behind on crazy years like we've seen recently. To really drive the point home, I want to share something with you that I'm going to do a completely separate video on to break it down in more detail, but it's an equation that shows you how long it'd take your money to double. And with a 0.4% interest rate, it would take 167 years for your money to double in a savings account.
167 years.
So what's the point of me sharing all this with you? And it's not to be depressive. It's just important to know what our money is doing. That way we can make the best possible use of it based on whatever our specific goal is for that amount of money. And look, it's great to have some cash in the bank for short-term things like an emergency fund. That way we have quick, easy access to it. Or say our checking account for bills and direct deposit. But outside of that, there's so many options out there that'll help us stay ahead of the game, beat inflation, and save for the long term, like retirement and other long-term goals. And if you've made it this far in the video, that's exactly why I wanted to share this type of thing with you, so you can stay informed and make the best decisions with your money. If you're curious about other ways to save and invest your money, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to help and talk to anyone. I'll see you in the next video, guys.